amazing? Wasn't that amazing? Thank you. Today is all about the most amazing tools we have in our toolbox. Retailing being the #1 thing that we got to focus on, moving products to end consumers. The next tool that we're going to talk about is one of the top tools that Trinity and I used back when we were 24 years old, getting started. Was super scared to sell, but the single piece of paper completely transformed our business. And I have the privilege to introduce to you one of the top retailers who is using this tool, and she's going to take you through it, start to finish. Are you guys excited? Yeah! You're going to want to get on your feet, Market America. Please give it up for National Supervising Coordinator, Beth Black!
About my most passionate subject, and that is lose sickness and find wellness. Wouldn't you agree that we have some of the most amazing products, but there's not enough people sharing them? So I have been asked to share with you not only about losing sickness and finding wellness, but also known as retail to recruit. We've heard that before, right? So retail to recruit. So let me just say this. When I started this business 26 years ago, I surely didn't think I would become a salesperson. Didn't think I wanted to be a salesperson. I surely didn't think I would be on a stage. Yet funny things happen. And here I am, and I'm here because I've been asked to share how we repeatedly, consistently sell $1,000 to $2,500 of products every week. So I ask you, would you like to get that infusion into your business? Okay, so let's get started. So my very first week in business, I was taught something and given a piece of paper that was called retail to cover business expenses. And I thought, sign me up for that, because I didn't have the money to pay for all of these things. And so I set a goal to be able to cover all my retail expenses with retailing product, or I'm sorry, not my retailing, my business expenses. So think about leadership. Set your goal. How much do you need for Leadership Academy? Set your goal what you need for the rest of the year, okay? And retail to recruit and recruit to retail. We heard about that yesterday. It all starts with ourselves. So I didn't start with this. You're looking at my husband and myself. That is what we use in 1 month. That's our retail receipt. I didn't start like that my first week, but what's interesting is I was given the tools, and the company provides us the skill sets. And so when you get the tools, what's interesting is that tool that I was given was a health survey. And that health survey that I was given was a piece of paper 26 years ago. And here we are now. We got really classy at one point. And when anybody remember this wonderful little trifold brochure, health survey? Yeah. Okay. And now where are we? Back to paper and digital, because that's where it is at. And so when we look at the health survey is really the tool, and then coming to trainings, product trainings, events like this is what gave me the skill set to be able to keep building that business. You're looking at here, we infuse this into our family. Our children were our best users, but they leave the house. So now it's up to us to create that retail. They're not using, they're buying products for themselves. That's our youngest grandson, sucking down his isotonics. They buy the product. We don't buy the product. They're retail customers. This is our grand bunny. So it all starts, and we heard this yesterday, build relationships. We have to build relationships. So would it be okay if I walk you through a most recent relationship I built and created a lot of retail out of that? Would that be helpful? Yeah. So this happens to be our neighbor. And the man there was our neighbor. And then about a year ago, we were walking, and we meet this young lady, and she said, I want to walk with you. And I said, well, come join us. And she goes, well, I can't walk as fast as you guys do. Some of you know we walk pretty fast. So I started a conversation. I said, did you just move in? She said, yes, I'm moving in with my boyfriend. We had never met her boyfriend. He's an introvert. He never comes out of the house. But she's not an introvert. So we started having this conversation. Long story short, I find out in the conversation that she is now getting engaged. She's getting married. She starts talking about different things. She wants to lose weight. Oh, my antennas go up. But I don't immediately jump on her. I might have done that 20 years ago, but I didn't jump on her. I start building the relationship, because what's the most important thing in a relationship that we need?
Trust.
Trust. Absolutely, we need trust. So I now have to make an approach. I make the approach, and I say to her one day, her name is B, and I said, B, if I could show you a way to be able to take that weight off, to fit in that wedding dress that you're looking to buy for your wedding in Hawaii, would you be interested in taking a health survey, and I can help narrow down and maybe come up with a solution for you? I'm not telling her products. At this point, she doesn't even know I sell products. I am sitting down and taking her through the health survey. I do most of my best business sweaty and in workout clothes. I don't walk around like this every day. Okay? So the system for success is that health survey. You guys, this health survey is golden. It has created thousands and thousands of customers for us in Retail Profits. You want to make sure you're using it. So let's walk through it. The very first question, if there was one thing you could change about your health today, what would it be? And what happens is they always start loading down, because now you've built trust. And they start loading down this whole bucket list of things. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Just one thing. Like, let's narrow it down to one thing. Because listen, B, if we could get one thing accomplished, a lot of other things might fall in place. And she goes, oh, yeah, that might happen. So I said, what's your one thing? And she said, weight loss. So then we start expanding upon that. I keep moving. I don't talk about any products yet. Now I'm going to find out, okay, B, I want you to fill in all the boxes. The left column is you. The next column is any family and friends that might come to mind, because let's face it, we want our family and friends to be healthy as well. And she's going, yeah, absolutely. And I said, and if you want to jot their names down on the side, do that. We start going through. I do not let her just check this off. I'm bringing up things like, do you ever have any energy problems? Like, do you have a slump in the afternoon? Do you wake up tired? Do you have problems going to sleep at night? I'm walking her through to check, check, check. I'm not going to go through all of these for time's sake, but I want you to know you need to encourage, just like we do the who do you know who, we're going to do who do you know who has energy problems. Maybe it's not you. In the process of this, I found out all about her family. I found out all about the fact that she works in a health professional office. So now my antennas are going all over the place, you guys. But it's one step at a time. So now we're going to finish off that entire process. Do you take vitamins of any kind? Yes or no? And if she does, then I want to know, what types of vitamins are you taking? What kinds of things? She lists a few pills down. I asked her, is that a pill? Is that a liquid? You know, how are you taking that? She goes, oh, they're pills. Okay. Are you under the supervision of a health professional? I am not a health professional. I can't recommend, I can't diagnose, I can only share stories. So this is where I want to give you one of my tips. One of my tips is I always say, you know, if this was my sister, if this was my mother, if this was my father, if this was my grandbaby, whatever we're dealing with, if it was mine, this is what I would do. So I'm not prescribing, I'm just sharing. I'm sharing a story. Do you take prescription medication? We need to know this. I want to know, because I'm going to tell her, you may want to go to your doctor just to find out, or maybe even your pharmacist, and take this information that we talk about as we move forward, just to make sure there's no contraindications, but I'll help you know how to have that conversation. Would that be helpful? And of course she says yes. So the next question, B, is there any reason why you would not be willing to use a product related to these concerns? And she looked at me and she goes, well, what do you mean? What kinds of products? Bingo! I just got the question. She now wants information from me. And that's what you do to develop the relationship. At the end, I say, I already know your name, but age, I'm sorry, but I don't know your age. And I know some women don't like to share their age, but B, I know, you look very young, but you just told me you have 3 daughters. And I know how old your daughters are. So I know you're not 20-something because you have a 27-year-old. Okay? So I find out she's in her mid-40s. So now I know a little bit more. I know her address. She lives 2 doors away from me. Okay? I don't need that. I would like her phone number and email though, wouldn't I? And I said, B, if you put down your phone number and email, I'll be able to send you some information and we can talk further to be able to keep this conversation going. How's that sound? I'm going to tell you, my 3 most important conversation words are goals, commitment, and budget. I've used this over and over and over again. This is a conversation I have with every single person I sit down with. I said to her, B, I don't know exactly what your goals are. We've narrowed them down a little bit today. Would you like to have a further discussion so I might be able to guide you and give you some support with that? And she said yes. That's called permission marketing. Got her permission. I said, I surely don't know your commitment level to those goals yet, and I obviously don't know your budget. Your commitment level and your budget are going to play into what you decide to do going forward. Is it okay if I would maybe make some suggestions on what I would do if this was me? And I use me in that case because it's woman to woman. Yeah, I'm a lot older than her, but that's okay. She didn't know that at the time. And so we had this conversation. I want to say, keep things simple and open to close the sale. Something I learned through trainings at Market America was to not just close the sale, but open the conversation, open the trust and the relationship building. Because when you open that up, it will lead to closing the sale. Yes, you have to ask for the sale, so I simply asked her, B, out of talking about the different things we just talked about with the Fast Start Kit, the TLS Jump Start Kit, and the Daily Essentials that would help you with some of the information that you're dealing with, which would you prefer to start with? And she said, I want that TLS 30-Day Jump Start Kit. But you know what? My fiance needs that Daily Essentials. I just got an ad-on sale. So we had 2 sales in one day. You have to continue to build that relationship. So that was about 2 months ago. We've now had them over for dinner one night. I've actually gone and spent a day with her. We've had some fun together. We're building the relationship. But my goal was, she did not know all about what we offer. I wanted her to see more. So I developed a wellness event, a home event. She doesn't know I developed it for her. I invited lots of people, and she showed up, along with a few others. So she heard other people's stories now. We're building the relationship. I used our marketing app and Pulse to follow up with her, sending her little videos, keeping her on track for her 7-day cleanse that she did, keeping everything moving forward. And then I dropped the question, B, you're working 2 full-time jobs? How do you ever have time for your fiance? And she said, it's hard. We are like 2 ships passing in the night. And so I dropped the question, if I could show you a way that maybe you would be able to share what you just went through with your 30-day Jumpstart Kit, would you be willing to share that with others and maybe be able to create some income that would help you with that wedding in Hawaii? What do you think she said? She said yes. We are scheduled Tuesday night for me to show her the business plan, and I will tell you this, her wedding's in February. So in closing, I want to say, we've retailed to cover our expenses if we set the goal to do that. So set a goal to retail to cover your expenses. You have to know what your expenses are first. Once you know the expenses, then you can narrow it down. How much retail profit do you need? Retail to recruit. Recruit to retail, because Kevin just said it. Retail is our business. We get paid not on people, we get paid on business volume and retail profit. That is where it's at. It's where the rubber meets the road. And create BV. Retail to create BV, because BV is the machine. And so with that, I would like to say, from here, would you like to learn how to implement this into a home event and get success? Absolutely. Would you like great success? That was like 20% of you. Would you like great success? I have the absolute pleasure to bring up someone that many of you know. She is a mentor of mine. I've been inspired by her. She is a business partner of ours. She is a national supervising coordinator. She is a naturopathic doctor. She is a vital component to our GMTSS and has taught on health and wellness to many of you. And if you have not met her, please welcome to the stage Dr. Cheryl Duchess.